In our previous class we will be learning the topic, call to service. In today's class we will be learning the topic, Joseph responded to the call of service. The early life of Joseph. Joseph was one of the 12 sons of Jacob. Jacob loved him more than any other of his sons. He made him a robe of many colors, and this led to his brothers hating him the more. This hatred grew stronger when Joseph began to tell his brothers about his dreams. In his first dream, the sons of Jacob were in the field binding corn, then 11 corn sheaves all bowed down to Joseph's own. In his second dream, the sun, moon and stars all bowed to him. This was interpreted by Joseph's brothers as his plan to reign over them. The result of this led to more hatred from his brothers. One day, the sons of Jacob went to graze their father's cattle at Shechem. Jacob sent Joseph to meet them with provisions, and he met them at Dothan. At Dothan, the brothers conspired to kill him so as to end his dreams. Reuben suggested that they throw him into a pit. He had the aim of rescuing Joseph later. However, the brothers sold him to the Ishmaelite for 20 pieces of silver. They killed a goat and soaked Joseph's coat in the blood of the animal which they killed. They reported to Jacob that Joseph had been killed by a wild animal. Jacob mourned the death of his son. The Ishmaelite took Joseph to Egypt and he was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, as a slave. This was how Joseph became a slave in the land of Egypt. Joseph becomes a governor in Egypt. In Egypt, Joseph became a servant to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. He grew up into a handsome young man. His diligence and faithfulness in work made his master put him in charge of everything in his house. Potiphar's wife began to make sexual advances towards him. His refusal to sleep with her led to his imprisonment. While in prison, Joseph was well behaved and he was made the head of the prisoners. He had favor from God as he interpreted dreams for his fellow prisoners, and they came to pass. One day, Pharaoh had a fearful dream which no man in the land could interpret, but Joseph was able to read the meaning of the dreams. The dreams were all about a long period of drought and famine in Egypt and all over the world. Joseph advised Pharaoh to appoint a wise man with the task of storing food in the land against the impending famine. Pharaoh appointed Joseph as governor, and hence, he became a prominent man in Egypt at the age of 30. There was famine all over the world and foreigners had to come to Egypt to buy food. Jacob's sons came to Egypt to buy food from Joseph. They could not recognize Joseph, but he did. He reconciled with his brothers and his father, and relatives were brought to Egypt. The total number of Joseph's relatives that came to Egypt was 80. The king gave them a portion of the land called Goshen for them to settle. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.